Chevrolet, or Chevy as most people know them, have been in the auto industry for over 100 years. And in these 100 years, they have released some absolutely stunning and beautiful cars. And today, I'm gonna go over some of my absolute favorites. My name is Jason, and you're watching GaudinX. Now I'm going to clear the air and get this out of the way. I am giving a completely biased opinion. None of these are really objective. These are all just based on my own personal feelings and opinions. But the first car on my list is going to be the Chevy Corvette. Now the Corvette is absolutely stunning. I mean, this car, when it was first introduced, just shook the scene. It looks absolutely incredible. And as it has continued down the line, there have been so many different iterations, and all of them have done something unique and special. I mean, if we want to talk about some specific models, the C6 Corvette, my dad's friend actually owned one of these, and these are absolute monsters. They are so cool, so fast. If you go back into the earlier generations as well, there's that level of elegance that is also shown, which I think is super cool, as well as the current generation being the C8. They're basically America's supercar, and there isn't really much that competes with it, at least on a local standpoint, and I think that is absolutely fantastic. I mean, this car genuinely is a dream car of mine because I've had so many pleasant experiences in them, and just being around them, it does a lot more than you'd expect. I think it just elevates what your expectation is of a Chevy and goes above and beyond. Now I know it might look a little bit different, but that's because I made a mistake and we're trying to correct that right now, giving you guys factual information, but the number 2 car still stays the same. That's going to be the Chevy Chevelle, and its almost 15-year run, this car absolutely was one of the most stunning things on the road. It looked fantastic, it drove fantastic, it was really just top of the line. It was the car to have. Everything you see it in, it really does give that iconic look, and it really is a car that fits the era that it was built in. Now me personally, of course, like every other car in this video, there's a reason it is on this list, and for me, it's because my aunt owned a older generation one, and I really did like the car. It looked really iconic, it wasn't in the best shape, but it still had that iconic body style that really just cemented it as one of the best cars Chevy's ever made. Now, before we get to number 1, I do want to give a couple of honorable mentions because there's been a bunch of Chevy cars throughout the timeline, as well as a couple of trucks that I want to start with. And I guess we'll go with the most truck car hybrid thing that's ever been created with the El Camino. This hybrid truck car, it's a little bit weird. It's kind of like you put the body of a sports car and gave it a pickup bed, but this thing is absolutely iconic. I think it is such a neat idea. It gives you the utility of a truck while still allowing you to have the fun driving feel of the sports car, and I really wish they would bring it back nowadays. I saw like some concept art for like a 2025 one, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. I would love if that was a thing. Another thing I'm going to bring up that is another honorable mention is of course going to be the Silverado. This is their pivotal truck that has stayed for the past 20 or so years and has just kept getting better and better, keeping them in the truck game. I think this truck is a all-arounder. It does great. You can have it as a work truck, you can have a fun truck, you can do a lot of things along those lines. And my last honorable mention is going to be the Trailblazer, but I'm not talking about the current one. Personally speaking, the reason the Trailblazer cannot make this list is I don't like the new Trailblazer, but the old one, the Bronco competitor, the Jeep competitor, whatnot, is absolutely amazing. I mean, that is such a fun car. It looks great, it feels great, everything about it just screams, this is a great car. But number 1, the moment we've all been waiting for, yes, it's going to be the Chevy Camaro, guys. If you know anything about me, on this channel, I absolutely love the Camaro. I feel like this car bridges generations together. I mean, I could talk to my grandparents. When I got my first car, it was a Camaro. Look at me, I saved up, I bought it. I'm so happy. I love this car with my whole life, and that's where it comes in, once again, being biased. But I was able to talk to my grandparents about my car, and they knew about the Camaro that was out during their time, and they're like, wow, that's so fantastic. And I think it's just that connection. You know, there's been a Camaro for most generations. It's an affordable, fun, amazing, iconic, fabulous, spectacular, awesome car that just everybody can appeal to and like. Even if you're not a car person, I have had conversations with them and I'm like, my first car was a Camaro, and they literally could have no idea anything about cars, and they go, what, you had a Camaro? That's so cool, because the car transcends the car community. It's transformative, pun included, because it was in Transformers, haha, which was also a great way to introduce the Camaro to our generation. And this car just has done everything right, and I am so sad. So I guess the wrap-up conclusion here for the Camaro is please bring it back. I would love to see a new generation of Camaro. If you did, I'd probably be one of the first people to buy it, because by that point, I'll be making a little bit better money and I can afford a nicer car. If you like the video, like my list, like me, please like the video, subscribe if you want to see more from us, and we will see you in the next one.